Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about data architecture with Snowflake. Before I dive into today's topic, let me pop up a question. Who is using Snowflake today? So, based on the market research, in by year 2021, there are around 4,500 customers who are using Snowflake. And Snowflake's market share in cloud data warehouse is raising up to 18%. It's just behind Amazon's Redshift. So Snowflake is becoming popular and popular. So let's talk about today's topic. This is a architecture diagram shows the modern data architecture in most of the organizations. So in this architecture diagram, in the center of it, there are mainly three systems. One is data lake, which normally used to load big data such as web logs data and some other system, maybe IoT data. So this data are loaded into data lake to store as the raw form, then later it will be loaded into data warehouse. Then there's also the centralized data warehouse, which used to load different sorts of data, such as transactional database, enterprise applications, or maybe some third-party data. These data are loaded into data warehouse via the ETL process. Then on top of data warehouse, there's data mart. This is used to handle the heavy computing workload for the analytic or business intelligence work. So in the traditional or modern data architecture, there are always different systems to handle different requirements of data. So let's see what Snowflake can help us in here. So with Snowflake, there's no more need to have separate systems. Snowflake has dramatically changed the landscape of and eliminated the different systems for each of your workload. Snowflake can handle big data. It can handle high demand of requirements of data. So with Snowflake, you don't need you are no longer required to have separate systems. I would suggest that to consider this as logical data zones in Snowflake. So there are raw data zones, which is you can map it to traditional data lake, which can store all the big data comes into Snowflake. Then there is a reference data, which could be the traditional data warehouse. Then there's model data, which maps to the data marts. So this can use to serve the data consumers for different purposes. For example, visualization, reporting, data science, or even ad hoc queries. And Snowflake Web UI provides awesome SQL query functions. Then in the data source part, Snowflake supports most of the data source in different format of different protocols, such as structured data, files, or API. And with Snowflake, there is one amazing feature, which is called secure sharing. So with your data source on Snowflake, you are no longer need to copy the data into your own data warehouse. You can just do a sharing of the data with your data source provider, then the data will come into your data warehouse straight away. There's no additional effort on top of it. Then to staging or to ingest the data, Snowflake also provide features such as Snowpap. You can easily ingest the data. And if you don't like the Snowflake tools, you can also work with Airflows or tools like EMR. Okay, so on top of your data warehouse, you can also build some additional features such as for your data exchange, such as so in your data exchange there could be data catalog, which shows what are the data in your Snowflake, describe your data, allow user to browse the data. Then you can also build data as a service to provide API access to the data or download of your data. Then you can also have data sharing features to allow user to upload data into your Snowflake data warehouse. So with all of these features and this data architecture, it solves the problem of traditional data warehouse which have siloed systems. So in this architecture, you are no longer require different systems. You just have Snowflake. It solves all the problem. Okay, I think that's all for my topic today. Thank you.